Hi there and welcome to this tutorial where I'm going to draw a seal. Now what I do first is I draw a vertical line. This is the center line, which is the line in between the eyes. And I'm using a simple charcoal pencil for this. And first I want to head out and see how big I want this seal to draw. I want to draw it a little bit bigger than the reference picture, and as you can see, the left side of this seal is smaller than the right side. And that is because the seal is not looking straight at us, but it is slightly at a 3/4 angle. So that's the first thing that I want to determine. I can even stretch it out a little bit more here on the right side. So this is my center line here, in between the eyes, in between the nose entrances too. And now I can decide where to place the eyes, where to place the nose, and where to place the mouth. So, well, this is looking a little bit cartoony, but this is the way that I start all my portraits, even the ones that are of humans. Now here we see the mouth line, and it's kind of like a wave. And I can also see the chin, and I can see some wrinkles underneath the chin. And the paper that I'm using is a simple Army newsprint paper. It's just a simple sketch, but it is so amazing to do a sketch like this, to develop your feel of 3D. Now I've drawn in a little marker on the right side, markings in the skin. And when I look at the snout, I can see 2 ellipses. The left ellipse is a little bit smaller than the right one because we are looking at the 3/4 position. Now here I can place the nose in between the 2 ellipses. And you can see that little gap, that little dividing line in between the 2 rounds that is the snout. Now, once I have the bridge of the nose standing, I need to decide where to place the eyes. So I simply draw in about where those should go, and then I simply watch if I'm in the good direction. I am not. I see that I can place the right eye a little bit lower and a little bit more to the right. Oftentimes this is just a matter of just millimeters, a little bit of shifting around, but it can make a huge difference. Now I've also placed in the entrance of the ear hole, and when I watch carefully, I can see that the light is coming from the right side. And should you want to watch the whole tutorial, you can find that on my Patreon page. There you can watch me draw, and you can draw along in real time. So the actual drawing took me about 50 minutes, which is not much. And here on the YouTube, of course, you get to see the somewhat forwarded tutorial. And I'm still looking at that snout, and when I pay close attention, I can see that there are lines in which the whiskers are placed in. And when you watch carefully, you can see that the lines go around it. So it's very nice to simply draw in those lines to make the snout look and appear a little bit rounded. I also pay close attention to lights and darks in this stage. I'm using my charcoal pencil very flat, so I can easily put in some charcoal pigments, and I can also draw in a little bit of its surrounding. And he's popping his head out of the water. So in order to not have a face just dangling loose on your paper, on your drawing paper, it is always very smart to draw in a little bit of its surrounding. And I really want to make this head pop out of the water. So what better choice can I make than to draw in the water? I'm looking at the nose for a bit, and what I want to accomplish is a 3D effect. Now this is the ear entrance. I have the nose kind of standing, so what I want to do next is to see where the darkest shadows are within the eyes. And the eyes of the seal are very big, but they also appear to be very watery. They have that watery look, and well, I can actually not really see any pupil. I can just see the rounded ball, which is inside the eye socket. I can also see that above the eyes there are the entrances of the eye whiskers or something. I'm not sure how they are called, but those are those hairs on top of the eyes to protect the eyes, to warn the seal for not hitting his head or his eyes. So here on the right side I also pay close attention to the darkest values within the eyes, but I also pay attention on the double lines of the eyelids, because the eyelids also have some kind of a thickness that I want to draw in. Here I'm still trying to figure out how the eye socket is working, and the left side is now okay. And I think that the nose entrances can be a little bit bigger, so I simply add a little bit more charcoal there. And now that I'm happy, it is time for the brush. And what I do is I simply take a big brush which is clean and dry, and then I push in the pigments into the army newsprint paper. And then I take an eraser pencil, and with that eraser pencil I can very easily pop out the highlights. So what I'm actually doing is I'm drawing back in the light, but I'm also using it for the whiskers above the eyes and the whiskers on the snout. And when a seal is sea lion or a baby seal, when he is going up and down the water, then its fur seems to be extra shiny. So choosing a pencil eraser is a very wise decision to make it able for you to draw back in the light and also the shine of the water which is on top of the fur. I pay close attention to my reference picture while I try to get back in the light. And by watching carefully and then make quick draws here, quick movements with the pencil eraser, I can very easily draw out the whiskers. And some of them go straight, some of them are, well, more at an angle, but it really makes your seal come alive. There's even a little bit of reflection in the water by the whiskers. And here in front, I make the value of the water even a little bit darker, so that the head really pops out. So by pushing the contrast, you also get that feel of 3D going. I can even see that there are some whiskers coming out of the water, and this also brings an extra feel of 3D and well, the ripples in the water, the swirls in the water. That is so much fun to draw. And this is actually what I usually do. Even if I was to paint this lovely seal, I would first go and make a little sketch out of it, to pay close attention to the lights and the darks, and where the highlights are and where my darkest values lay. If you make a quick sketch like this, your painting will be, well, there's a much bigger chance that your painting will be a bigger success. But even if you're just a sketcher, then this is some amazing way of drawing, and get that feel of 3D and realism with just a simple charcoal pencil. It's just amazing. So, signing up here, and well, love this little fellow. Should you want to see the real-time tutorial, please check me out on my Patreon page. And hope your drawing will be a success. So, take care and all the love, Lineke.